Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. How are you? How is your week? How am I? Ça va pas? I'm not fine. I'm tired. Like the way I feel, the word exhaustion doesn't even cover it. Like I am tired. But anyway, we move, right? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, ignore my rant. No, do not ignore my rant. Send me food. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with your family and friends. If you're a returning viewer that have not subscribed, what are you doing? Why are you doing me like this? Okay, please, should I know? Please subscribe. Please share with your family and friends. Help me to get to 1,000 subscribers. I would say a bigger number, but like you're not even halfway there. It's like be calming down. So please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Share this with your family and friends. Imagine if I think I have like almost 400 subscribers now. Imagine if each person brings another person, another subscriber, not just viewer, another subscriber. Then I would be like literally at almost 1,000 in a jiffy. Imagine if all the people that watch my content actually subscribe. I would have thousands of subscribers. Why are you doing me dirty? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, like I digress, but please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. So, like I was saying, bienvenue chez Dakes. Today, I'm going to talk about the postgraduate work permit in France. I know that like some countries have that, the UK, Canada, I'm not sure about the US, but like maybe you're wondering, nobody has actually really asked me this. People have asked me like different things, but not this. So maybe you're wondering if you can stay back and work, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Yes, you can stay back in France to work after you graduate from a postgraduate study, so not undergraduate, like master's level and above, or a vocational degree, which is not undergraduate still. Yeah, so, and of course in France, it's not called a postgraduate work study, work permit, because French people have to have a name for this. It's called the APS, which stands for Autorisation Provisoire de Sejour, something like that. Don't mind my pronunciation, like I'm literally murdering the language, but it's okay. Yeah, so that's what it's called. What is it? It's a temporary residence permit that lets you stay in the country to look for work on a full-time basis. So it is not your student visa. However, there's a caveat to that in the sense that when you get your APS, if you're still doing maybe the part-time job that you were doing when you were a student and it's, you know, just like some part-time minimum wage, whatever job, then you're still expected to keep working 20 hours a week, even though you have your APS. However, when you land your actual employment, it could be a contract employment in terms of duration, so 6 months, 1 year, whatever, or if you get a permanent employment, which is like there's no end date to it, then you can start using your APS to work full-time as per 35 hours a week and up. How long is the APS? The APS is a 1-year non-renewable visa for a lot of countries. So it's not renewable because it's like a window for you to either set up a business or get a job. But then if you don't get a job in that 1 year, then you have to leave the country and go back to wherever it is that you came from. On the other hand, France has bilateral agreements or relationships with some other countries, for instance, India. So students from countries like that allow their own APS is like 2 years, not 1 year. So like they can literally stay for longer and decide what they want to do. So what happens at the end of the APS if the visa is not renewable? At the time that your APS expires, you're expected to either have gotten a job, either CDD or CDI, which you would then use to apply for a proper residence permit. Um, or you should have run your business that you started to a point where you can say, oh, look what I'm doing. This is the amount that we're making or whatever it is. Just proof that the business is actually like functional and operating. Then you would also then, if you're a business owner, request for or apply for the residence permit that they give to business owners. I don't know what that's. So who can apply for the APS? Anyone who finishes from a postgraduate study, be it a vocational degree or a master's or an MBA or something, any master level or post undergraduate level degree, but actually a degree, not a short course. So like you can't do a 6 month course and then apply for an APS. I don't think that you would be eligible. So there's that. So one thing that people have been asking me about studying in France is whether or not they can come with dependents. Unfortunately, France does not allow you come with dependents if for master's degree or vocational degree or whatever. This is only exempted for some PhD students, and I'm saying some because I think it's not even all, so it's not automatic. And this is information that I verified personally from Campus France. So at least as of today, July 2022, master students are not allowed to come with dependents to France. I guess it's because they want you to focus on your studies, or even though you're allowed to stay back after, they don't want that to be like the sole reason why you are coming to the country. Like you have to, if you want a degree, then like get the degree and then figure out like what you want to do after. Uh, yeah, so like if you are married or you have a family or kids and you want to do a master's degree in France, you have to bear in mind that you would not be able to come with your family maybe until you probably have your APS or even the actual residence permit. I'm not sure. So I was going to say that France is more friendly to single people, but I don't even think that's it. I think it's more of like a concentration issue. If you're maybe married or have kids and you're enrolled in school, depending on your school, the schedule could be crazy. Like my school, like I'm screaming internally. Many days, like I go to school at least at like I kid you not, at least 4 times a week. When I was coming, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a master's degree. Maybe I'll have classes like 2 or 3 times in a week, and then I would just chill, and then I'll work on the weekends, and then I would travel. Like I had all these grand plans of how I was going to spend my year, and I go here, and my school schedule was like LOL. Like I'm in school at least 4 times a week. Some weeks 5 times a week, like from Monday to Friday, and I'm not talking like 12 noon to 2 p.m. school. Like you start at 8:45, you sometimes end at 8 p.m. with like 15-minute breaks in between and then lunch break. Sometimes we start at 8 a.m. and finish at 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. I'm just like, who creates these schedules? Do you people have no conscience? But yeah, like it could be crazy like that. On some level, I guess I see why they did that, but it's still like a lot. So you literally have no time for anything else, like no time. And I'm not even joking. So because you don't know what your school schedule is like, imagine if you had kids that you had to pick from like the crash or school in the afternoon and you're in school, then you have a problem because it's either you don't pick your children or you miss class. Like, and attendance is also taken very seriously here and all that. Yeah, so like it could just be and then maybe the time that you need to focus on assignments, read for tests and exams, you're just like, oh, I have this family situation, or oh, we need to travel, or it's my kid's birthday, I have to plan it, like things will come up. So maybe they want you to just focus and finish the degree and then like know that, oh, at least that's done, then on to the next and all that. Of course, there are single people here that are completely unserious, do not go to school, do not do anything. So I'm just saying this so that you know that being single does not mean that you're going to focus, but you see where they're coming from anyway. So that there is that. So if you're married or you have kids or other dependents that you would like to move abroad with, then and you're considering France, then you have to know that you cannot come with them during the duration of your study. So like you have to rethink your strategy, either consider like maybe other EU countries, or leave them in your home country and then plan to for them to join you once you graduate from school and all of that. So there's that. What else? I think that's it. Oh yeah, when should you apply for your APS? You should apply for your APS about a month or a little more before your study visa expires. So you're supposed to apply when you have finished school, right? So if your school ends, let's say your school session ends, let's say in September, and your visa expires in, say, October, then of course you should like apply a month before or so. You're expected to have finished school, so it can be tricky because like if I finish school and my results are not out, then what's the proof that I finished school, right? So I'm guessing like maybe your school, because what I saw on the page is that you have to maybe show grades or something like some form of statement of result or transcript. Maybe your school would give you that. But on the other hand, if those are not ready, then maybe your school can write you a letter to say, oh, the school session is done, but the results are not out or whatever. And if for any reason you have to move, or your school session does not end when it's supposed to, and your visa is about to expire, then there's something else that you can apply for that is not the APS. So like that your 1 year doesn't start to count. It's not a visa, but it's like a legal authorization or something like that for you to stay back in the country. So they just extend the validity of your current visa. Essentially, that's what it is. I think it's only for study visas, but you have to have like a valid reason to say, oh, my visa is expiring at this time, but like maybe my exams were postponed or something, and then they would give you like that extension. What else? I think I've covered like almost everything about the APS. If there's anything in particular that you want to know about it that I did not mention in this video, please comment or send me a DM on Instagram or on Twitter, and then we'll talk about it. So if you plan to come to France this year, September, chances are that most of the applications are closed at this time, because by the time you're seeing this, it's probably like the, I don't know, 18th or 17th of July. So like, even if you find any application window, before you put the application together, do all those, whatever that you're supposed to do, more time would have lapsed, and maybe it's just cutting it too short, essentially, because you also need time for like your visa processing and all that. So yeah, definitely consider the January batch. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you in my next one. Remember to subscribe and share with your family and friends, and bring one subscriber each, please, pretty please. Okay, thank you. End of rant. Abiento.